When did you realize you lost your child forever? I found the note my middle son left on his pillow the morning he left for college, and I haven't stopped crying since. Winston was always the quiet one. My oldest Lucas was loud and demanding, and my baby Paisley needed constant attention. But Winston just existed in the spaces between them. He'd do his homework at the kitchen table while I helped Lucas fill out job applications. He'd make his own sandwiches while I fed Paisley her bottles. I thought he was just naturally independent. I worked 2 jobs to keep us afloat after their dad walked out. Morning shift at the grocery store and evenings cleaning offices. Most nights I got home after 10 completely exhausted. Lucas would be complaining about work drama from his construction job. Paisley would be crying because the babysitter put her down wrong, and Winston would already be in his room with the door closed. Looking back now, I see all the signs I missed. Like when Winston made the honor roll 3 quarters in a row and I forgot to go to the awards ceremony. Lucas's truck had broken down that morning and I had to drive him to work. Then Paisley got sick at daycare and needed to be picked up. By the time I remembered about Winston, it was already over. He came home with a certificate and a medal and just quietly put them in his drawer. Or his 15th birthday. God, that still makes me sick to think about. It was the same week Paisley started walking, and Lucas got promoted to crew leader. I made Lucas's favorite pot roast to celebrate and bought Paisley new shoes for her little feet. Winston sat at the dinner table while we sang happy birthday to acknowledge Lucas's promotion. I didn't even realize until 3 days later that we'd completely missed Winston's actual birthday. "It's fine, Mom," he said when I tried to apologize. "I know you're busy." Christmas was always tight, but that year was especially bad. Lucas needed steel-toed boots for work that cost $200. Paisley was finally old enough to understand presents, and I wanted her to have a real Christmas morning. When it came time for Winston to open his gifts, he got a pack of notebooks and some pens for school. He smiled and said thank you like I'd given him a PlayStation. The thing that kills me now is how good he was. Never asked for anything, never complained. His teachers would send home notes about how brilliant he was in math and science, how he tutored other kids during lunch, how he'd started a robotics club that won some state competition. I'd stick the notes on the fridge and promise myself I'd ask him about it later. Later never came. Senior year, he filled out all his college applications by himself, wrote his essays at the library because our house was too noisy, got into MIT with a full scholarship. MIT. My baby got into MIT, and I found out from a neighbor who saw the acceptance package on our porch. I was at work when he opened it alone in his room. The night before he left for Boston, I was running around like crazy. Lucas's girlfriend was pregnant and having complications. Paisley had strep throat and wouldn't stop crying. I kept meaning to go talk to Winston about college and make sure he had everything he needed. But every time I passed his room, his door was closed, and I figured he was packing. The next morning, his room was empty, except for an envelope on his pillow with my name on it. My hands shook as I opened it. "Mom, I've been invisible in this house for 18 years. I raised myself while you raised Lucas and Paisley. I don't blame you because I know you did your best with what you had, but I can't keep pretending we're a family when you don't even know who I am. I got early admission to start summer classes, so I'm leaving today. I'll be fine like I always have been. Please don't try to contact me. I need to figure out who I am when I'm not just the kid who doesn't need anything. Maybe someday we can try again, but not now. Take care of Lucas and Paisley. They need you more than I ever did. Winston." I tried calling him, but he'd already changed his number. The school wouldn't give me information because he was 18. Lucas said I was being dramatic and he'd come around. Paisley asked where her brother went, and I didn't know how to explain that I'd lost him years ago without noticing. That was 2 years ago. I found out from Facebook that he graduated early, started some tech company with his roommates. He looks happy in the pictures, confident in a way he never was at home. He smiles like someone who finally matters. I still set a place for him at dinner sometimes. I still buy him Christmas presents that pile up in his old room, and I still text his old number on his birthday even though it belongs to someone else now.